In the last lesson we learnt how to cast on, and today we're going to learn how to knit. The knit stitches are very similar to how we actually cast it on. The direction of the right hand needle goes in the same way. So what we do, like we did with the casting on, is our right hand needle goes through the loop, then the yarn goes round the needle and comes through just as we cast it on, but rather than making another stitch that way, our stitch is actually being made underneath. So this is what gives you your length in your fabric. So we don't take this loop onto the needle, we take this loop off the needle. So it goes through the stitch, the yarn goes round the needle, and we pull the stitch off. So it goes through, round, through, off, through, round, through and off. And as your stitches get closer to the edge of the needle, you can guide them with your forefinger on your left hand, keeping control of the stitches as you do so. Through, round, through and off. I'll go to the end of the row now, and then I can show you what it looks like, your first row of stitches. I only cast on 12 just before, just to show you. So you've got your first row. Worry about tension here or anything about that, because the tension won't be correct while I'm doing this because the needles are too thick for the thread. So don't worry about tension, we're not worried about that now. It's how to knit that we're concerned. So we got our first row of stitches. And then as you get a bit further on, doing the same thing again, putting your needle however you prefer. I like it under my arm, as I said before. We're going to do another knit row. So we're going to go through the stitch, round, through again and off, through, round, through and off, through, round, through and off. And we'll go straight to the end of the row again, and then I'll show you what the work looks like with 2 rows of knitting. So remember, the tension isn't a problem. You're learning how to actually do the stitches at the moment. So we're getting our work. We now have 2 rows of knitting. And when you're counting the rows, you count the one that's on your stitch, on your needles, as the last row. So we've got 1, 2. So if you're counting rows, always remember you've got the stitches on the needle to count.